on this spot. On March 6, 2019, award-winning children's author Victor Kane was enveloped and seemingly swallowed by a large pair of lips which had sprouted from the exterior wall of a nearby building. A man matching his description perfectly was later spotted in Burnaby, limping badly and coated in a thick, saliva-like substance, but the man claimed to be no relation to the beloved children's author.
March 6, 2019. The disappearance and possible reappearance of Victor Kane is a perplexing tale with more questions than answers. Who was Victor Kane? To most, he was simply the reclusive, award-winning author of Hollow Words of Solid Reason, Good Lessons for Bad Kids, a collection of short stories written for young children. But what of the man, his character, his disposition? Of this, none could say. Orphaned at birth in a bizarre circus fire, the infant Victor Kane was adopted by a young couple who were later revealed to be the figureheads for a small Midwestern cult organized around oddly conflicting views on post-Pythagorean geometrics. The cult dissolved in the mid-1980s, when the members voluntarily submerged themselves in a thick, viscous acid, which reduced their biological structures to a fine, meaty paste, similar to the pink slime sold in some fast food restaurants. Victor Kane was the only survivor, and while some suggested that he in fact masterminded the cult's decision to go all gooey, as one reporter called it, there was never any evidence to support these claims. Years later, while studying metapsychology at UNBC outside of Prince George, Victor Kane participated in a drug study, mistakenly ingesting the doses for 16 other subjects, all at once. Kane reportedly then wandered off into the woods for approximately 2 weeks, before returning with what teachers and fellow students all agreed were some pretty weird ideas. It was after that experience that he moved to Vancouver and released his award-winning collection of short stories. While the book was famous for several years, it became notoriously difficult to track down after the original publisher disappeared, and now can only be read online. Of the lips into which Victor Kane was seen being taken in by over 16 independently verifiable witnesses, only a few facts are known. The lips were approximately 2.5 meters in height and feminine, with several witnesses comparing them to the ones made famous as the logo for the Rolling Stones. Other than being oversized and growing out of a building, the lips appeared to be healthy and ordinary, though they were oriented unnaturally, positioned vertically upright like a doorway. And they just gobbled him up. He was walking by and they opened up and swallowed him whole. And then there's the mystery of the other man, the one who appeared in Burnaby several minutes after Victor Kane was visibly consumed. Police officers at the scene said the man just stumbled out of some shrubs which nobody had seen him enter. He was nude and coated in a substance resembling human saliva, but the quantity would have taken several hundred people to have produced, leaving scientists stymied as to the origin of the fluid. This man, who witnesses insisted was visibly identical to Victor Kane, protested that he had no connection to the now missing children's author, but was unable to give any clues to his own identification, claiming it was none of anybody's business. He was quoted as saying, "All you need to know is that I work for somebody. A very serious man with a very serious plan. But he's not a man. He's all of us. Or he will be. And then none of this will matter. Look, I'm not even who you want me to be. Do you know what a tulpa is? Can you conceive of a thought form that's just as real as you are? Look at yourself. Then look at me. I'm a face in the clouds on the wind. I'm what you'll be when you're ready to outgrow what you are. The unknown man disappeared shortly thereafter, as paramedics were attempting to discern his identity and place of origin. We looked away for just a second, and he was gone. I don't mean he disappeared. We saw him running off into the underbrush. I think he was giggling. Nobody knew what to do. Once he was in the trees, he was like, "Gone, man." That was a few years ago, but I can still hear his laughter whenever I drive past Deer Lake Park at night. There are some who say Victor Kane was abducted and taken to a secret underground military base, where they're using his strange ideas to build perceptual confinement matrices for ultra-terrestrial beings. Me, I say that because it's true. That's what happened, and that's what's happening. Whatever went on within him after he did those drugs and ran off into the woods, it made his brain into a labyrinth of riddles that can ensnare psychic parasites, and now he's being trained to contain and manipulate ultra-terrestrial entities for entertainment and personal profit. I can't prove it, but I know it's real.